that deal?
When you say locally, we have the only all-volunteer headquarters for Donald Trump in the country. And that's significant. It didn't surprise me that we put this together because there's a long, proud tradition of conservatism. Going back, this movement didn't start with Donald Trump. It started before Pat Buchanan. Barry Goldwater set the stage for Ronald Reagan to become elected. Subsequently, we had people who would come up, such as Pat Buchanan, and we delivered more votes in Missouri for more delegates. We sent more delegates in '96 to the Republican National Convention than any other state. That happened in Missouri. The Ron Paul campaign came along 4 years ago. These are people who are libertarians, typically strong conservatives in many ways, but also people who are tired of what we call the establishment. Years ago it was called the Eastern Establishment. We've had it with those guys. We don't see any different. We don't see them undoing what the Democrats have done to this country for many years, and in some cases we see them working together. So this long tradition of conservatism in Missouri has culminated in the enthusiasm of volunteers. We're not supported by the national campaign. We did this because we're strong believers, and we've all worked hard from prior to our primary in supporting Donald Trump and doing the best we could as a grassroots organization, all donated time and money. And so no, this doesn't come as a surprise to me, and we're having a great time with it.
So is the rest of your life on hold while this all goes on at the moment? How do you do all this with whatever else you do in life?
It's been easy because there's enough of us to spread the work around, and similarly in other efforts, there's a strong group of people who are organizing and doing the legwork to get others involved and bring them into the campaign, and so we've been very successful. So I don't come here daily. I was instrumental, as I said, in our primary and caucus season, and have done the work in graphics and anywhere I can help out for the campaign. So it's not totally overwhelming. Now our executive director, Diane and that, they're working late at night and up every morning early. So they're more so than I, living it very strongly.
You talk about Pat Buchanan and that conservative campaign, the conservative movement. What do you say to people, and we've heard people tell us this, that they don't think Donald Trump is truly a real conservative?
That's interesting, and that's a valid point. When I consider Donald Trump wanting to put America first, that's the definition of conservative, in my opinion. For too long, we've played second fiddle to globalists. As a matter of fact, I was in Europe when you guys had your Brexit vote. I was so inspired because this movement is not just a Republican thing in Missouri. Even on our friends on the Democrat side, they rebelled against the establishment, the rigged system with their candidate Bernie Sanders. And I feel bad for those folks. We've opened our arms to those people. They're on the same page that we are. They're just looking at it from a different side of the aisle. They've been treated poorly. They were ripped off. And if they want to kick the establishment like we do from their side of the aisle, we're welcoming them, and we're glad to have them.
Sure. So even if they might have very socialist views, which don't always square with very conservative views, the ones that you say you've been championing over the years.
Well, for years we heard the Republicans, we need a big tent. Now, we're not going to profess ourselves as socialists, certainly, but it's going to get down to a vote between two people. And God bless the third-party candidates. This is going to be Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. That's our choice. So call it what you want. If a socialist wants to vote for Donald Trump, God bless him. Maybe we can work on him over time and get him to think a little bit more along the lines that conservative like Donald Trump thinks.
Thank you very much indeed. It's all interesting stuff.
Well, who's going to...
Yeah,
You don't want me to go ahead and redo? I might say something different.
Cool.
Right.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right, cool.
So do you go out and you're mainly here to kind of give stuff to people who come by, or do you actually go out and hit the streets as well?
I think